race now of the entire season here at Fuji in the TNR Group A Championship. It's been a long and wild championship with lots of different makes and marks represented, and literally we actually have someone called Mark racing, so that's always good fun. We have got 8 cars for this final, and we've just seen Oz Phillips take his first win and the Porsche's first win this season from the last row of the grid. He's on the front row of the grid this time. In fact, the 2 fastest cars in a straight line are on that front row. We've got Oz Phillips alongside Andy, who's got the random grid pole position in the Datsun. Let's see if these guys can get off the line alright and see who gets into turn 1 the quickest. Diesel starts third in the Ford, doesn't get a good start, but the 2 at the front get lightning starts. Is it the Datsun or is it the Porsche? It's the Datsun. In fact, the Porsche is getting slightly mugged actually between all of the BMWs there, and there's contact, massive contact. Oh, that's such a big shame. I think most people have got out that it's actually the champion who's come off worst. He's in 6th position, but he's not too far behind this bunch thanks to them all bunching up, and Oz Phillips manages somehow to sneak back into the lead. Graham makes a big move up the inside of one of the guys. I didn't see who that was, but somebody got nerfed pretty hard by Graham there, and that's very unusual for Graham, who's a very clean, tidy racer. The Datsun's fallen back to 4th, Lee's back up to 3rd position, Graham in 2nd. It's looking quite reminiscent of the first race in many ways. Douglas up to 4th place now. Great stuff. Finished 2nd in the first race, and his first podium since round 1. And Mark again mired in the midfield a little bit in 6th, but Mark will probably make his way up as we go through the race. And the 2 Fords side by side. Toss a bad robot tries to get alongside Diesel, and the 2 come together. Diesel makes a bit of a mess of it over the curb, and bad robot ends up stuck behind, and those guys will be a bit frustrated because they want to catch up with the leading pack. Oz is already pulling a gap, and they haven't even got to the straight, and then it's all about the BMWs as far back as here, where Mark is now challenging Andy for 5th position, and we go on board with Mark in the BMWs. We head up and start finish straight, and there's the difference. You can see it, I don't even have to tell you. And if you look there, 160 miles per hour, but if you go to Andy's car, we're talking over 180. In fact, he's having a run on Douglas, but he's got to be really careful on the brakes in this car. The brakes are shocking, and makes it really difficult. Look at the wheel wobble on that car as he tries to turn in. But Oz Phillips out front with a 3-second advantage over the rest of the pack. There's Graham in 2nd place, Lee in 3rd at the moment, Douglas in 4th. Andy going sideways through the corner there. Did he recover it? Almost. Yes, he has recovered it, but he's gone off. And Mark now takes that 5th position, so good stuff from Mark there, keeping a cool head. We've got Andy in 6th, Diesel in 7th, Bad Robot 8th, and was the battle at the moment then really between Douglas and Mark. So Douglas 2nd place finisher in the previous race, Mark 2nd place overall in the championship, so Mark's going to be very keen to get through, but he can't do it. He's outbraked himself. Andy almost has a look in, but can't quite do it. And Douglas streaks ahead slightly once more. So we're on lap 2 of 7. We'll go on board with Oz Phillips just to get another look at just how fast this thing is in a straight line. It is ludicrous, but as a lot of the guys were saying, he's also got the handling set up quite nicely around this circuit, and seems to be doing very well with it. We're doing 190, and it's 199. Here's Graham in the BMW, 25 mile an hour slower. Lee slower still in his BMW. Douglas a little bit quicker, and then Mark a bit slower again. Mark and Lee seeming to have similar setups. The other guys opting for lower downforce, higher speed setup. Andy not having a bad run here. That car really tricky to drive, but is doing his best. And Lee looking for another good podium result in this one. He's quite a long way behind Graham, who he managed to overcome in previous, well, had that coming together rather in the previous race. As Graham spun at this very corner, and all these guys using a lot of curve, but they run that risk, don't they, as Graham did, of unsettling the car and turning it round. All getting away with it so far. But Craig Dugamus in 4th place, having another good showing. Mark trying to put some pressure on him now though as they head in towards the final turn. Mark tries it up the inside, fires it in. It's a good clean move as you'd expect from Mark, and he goes through. But is Dugamus going to have a run back at him? We saw Dugamus' car set up quite well in a straight line, and of course he picks up the slipstream. So whilst Mark goes on with the Gantry at 160, we're going 165 in BMW behind. Craig actually backs off on the straight. That's sensible driving. That's obviously you need to take opportunities where you can, but I think Craig is much more interested in doing a nice clean move and not a last minute dive. So great driving from Craig there, very impressive. Somebody's knocked over one of the bollards there, and for now Mark maintains that position and pulls away slightly. Will Mark be able to chase down his old friend Lee for 3rd place in that final podium spot? The jury's out on that at the moment. There's a couple of seconds between them, so you would have thought that Lee's probably far enough ahead, but we're only halfway through the race. There's a long way to go yet. Further back, Diesel and Andy really close together. Andy must have binned it. That car looking very slow as we cut to shot, so I think he was he'd been off the circuit somewhere and is off again. That car looking horrendous to drive, quite frankly. Dugamus doing a bit of grass cutting, takes one of the bollards with him. We'll get a track limits for that. Now, we haven't really commented on this, so Oz Phillips out in front with a 3+ second advantage over Graham. He's not pulled away from Graham in the same way that he's managed to in race 1, and that's quite telling. It will be interesting to see whether there is any chance that Graham can keep that gap under control, and you can definitely see he's got time on the brakes there compared to the Porsche. Porsche very quick down the straight, but definitely losing it in the tighter, twistier stuff. And Mark and Lee reasonably close, not close enough for a move yet. We'll keep an eye on that. But yeah, it'd be really good to see whether Graham can do something with the cornering speed of that BMW and see if he can keep within shooting range of that Porsche. I mean, based on this performance, Graham's really picked it up a bit from the previous race. It might just be a case that Oz has dropped it back a little bit, because his best lap not in the 137s like he was doing before. His last lap there was 140, and he runs deep into the corner there. You can see Graham in the background, and here's Lee and Mark still fighting for this 3rd place. Lee still with a decent buffer though, so not really under any major pressure at the moment. Dugamus still doing a good job there in 5th. Diesel's ahead of Bad Robot, and Bad Robot has just got ahead of Andy as well, so Andy's really not having a good meeting here at all, which is a massive shame. I thought this would be the one that Andy could do well at, that car, but it's not to be. He just tried to get back up to 7th, and he does it. Excellent move actually by Andy, great move. It's, Bad Robot goes a little bit deep, and Bad Robot's lost it over the grass, so that will potentially secure that 7th place for Andy. There's a couple of laps left to run. Graham is not bringing that gap down to race leader, so that's not going to happen, but this is one gap that is coming down rapidly, and it's between Mark, who's having a really awesome run in 4th place here. Don't forget Mark 2nd place in the championship, Lee 3rd place in the championship, so they're both wanting to do the other one over a bit here and show them who's boss in this race. And I wonder whether Mark might get an opportunity at Lee as we head into the closing stages. We've got a lap and a half left to run, lap and 2/3. and Mark looking perhaps slightly racier out of the turn at the moment, although he can't quite get the power down out of there, and Mark Lee again pulls away from the blue BMW, but not significantly. I have to say though, massive shout out to Oz, the championship organiser, not only for organising yet another fantastic championship, but his driving here today is supreme. It's not just about the car, he is also driving the wheels off that thing, and he's not making mistakes, you're not seeing spins and things. It's highly impressive from a car that is so difficult to drive. Can't ever take anything away from Graham though, the champion. He's an awesome driver in many different disciplines of car, and it's great to see him doing so well. Lee's in third, being chased down by Mark still, but they aren't supposed to give us this lap around, so no opportunity for Mark just yet. Dugamus dropping off the pace of these guys quite a bit now, not able to keep in contention unfortunately. Those Diesel in the Ford just coming onto the back straight there. Don't those Fords sound fantastic, that really high revving engine screaming down the straight. He's got a healthy advantage over Andy's very, very throaty Datsun, and a similar gap back further to Bad Robot there. But it is this man who's on the last lap. He's got a third of a lap, quarter of a lap to go in Porsche to win 2 out of 2 here today. Don't think there's too much battling going on behind. I don't think Mark is close enough to Lee. Oh, they are very, very close now though. Lee loses it. Mark might have the advantage. Mark might be able to take third place. He goes to the outside. There's going to be a battle as we head into the final sector, and it's very, very tight in between them. Mark can be on for this. Oz Phillips is your race winner for the second time today. Graham will finish second, but it's all about the battle for third. Mark seems to have got the upper hand on the final lap, and Lee's got a bit mugged there, but Mark has done an awesome job, and he is going to take third position away from Lee. I didn't see that coming on the last lap, but well done to Mark, well done to Lee, as well as the top two, Oz Phillips and Graham. And Dugamus is going to finish 5th ahead of Diesel. A good result there, Diesel actually in 6th position in the Ford. Pleased to see him again not finishing at the back of the pack, and he's got such a careful, soft touch with the car, and it does reap rewards, it really does bring home results, so awesome to see. Andy coming out the last corner, and I was just about to say to finish 7th place, but he spun it, and Bad Robot's only finished 7th in the Ford, and the Datsun is going to bring up the rear of the pack, and we'll give you a confirmation of those race results in a minute as Andy spins again. He's got 10 seconds to cross the line. He's not going to make it. Here we are then, Oz Phillips, 2 out of 2 today at 1:38.0, slightly slower, fastest lap, but can't take away anything from him. He's done an amazing job there. Graham in 2nd place, ahead of Mark completing the podium. Mark probably securing 2nd place in the championship overall now. Ahead of Lee, Dugamus, Diesel, Bad Robot, and Andy finishing last in the Datsun.